Hey there, everyone. I hope you're all having an absolutely wonderful day today. It's late September. It's really beautiful right now where I am out in the countryside of Petaluma at my home today. Hey, I'm in Zone 9B. I'm Fionuala. I live, work, and garden here in Zone 9B. And I want to share with you the struggle I'm having in my garden right now. Apart from a couple irrigation issues and stuff like that, the main struggle is deer. Now, I absolutely love having deer. I love seeing deer meander past my front window and nibble on the lawn and whatnot. But right now there are baby deer. Almost every single deer who had babies this year seems to have had twins. There's even one set of triplets wandering around, and oh my goodness, the depredations are pretty astonishing. I don't mind a little bit of nibbling here and there, but when you've got all these babies testing out everything, it really makes me turn to all the deer repellents I've ever heard of and all the ways to not combat them, because like I said, I really do like seeing the deer wander past, but how to deal with deer if you like to garden. So that's what I decided today's video is going to be about. As you can see, I'm sitting in my garden. I'm outside of the deer fencing that I've got, where I've put all my precious plants that I know that the deer love to eat. They love fruit trees. They specifically seem to love apples. They love roses. Oh my goodness. I have planted a few roses outside of the deer fencing, and they're just an embarrassment, to be honest. So they're really nice roses. They're all inside the deer fencing. And anything else I can think of that I love and that I know that the deer love too, they are inside my deer fencing. But we're not just going to focus on the negativities of the deer. There's a lot of fabulous plants that you can grow that the deer really don't eat. Now, maybe the babies will nibble here and there. They'll come along, they'll nibble them, but they're never going to come back and nibble them again, because either they just taste horrible or it gives them a stomach ache, and those baby deer learn, grow up, and don't touch that plant again. So let's get going. We're going to take a little tour of what's outside of my deer fencing, a little tour of what's inside of my deer fencing. Then I'm going to share with you my top 5 favorite gorgeous deer-resistant plants. Just a little reminder, if you're anywhere local, like anywhere within any kind of a radius of Petaluma that you can drive here and visit, I'm just going to give you a quick reminder that our fabulous fall sale is on still. It goes all the way through October 5th. All of my plants are 30% off. Everything else is 20% off. And fall is an absolutely amazing time to plant, which is why I have the sale. I really want everybody out there to get the best success possible out of everything that you plant. And planting in fall, especially if it's a tree or a shrub or a native plant or a perennial, those really do best when they're planted in the fall. Those fall rains get to wash in the roots. Everything works out so well if you plant in the fall, which is why I have this sale. So it goes on to October 5th. You have another little while to get in, have fun, make the most of it. So there you go. Let me start with this beautiful rock rose. Now the cistus family, that's C-I-S-T-U-S, is a pretty large one. I love this one for its soft little pink flowers and its gorgeous, tough foliage that the deer absolutely hate. Now it's also drought tolerant, which is an extra added bonus, but the reason I have it here outside of my deer fencing is because the deer walk right by it, totally ignore it. Up here I've got New Zealand flax, also deer resistant. The babies don't even try that one. So any of your fragrant herbs like thyme or lavender, the deer stay away from those. The babies don't even eat the flowers of those. What really surprised me this year was I planted geraniums on my back deck, pelargoniums, hanging basket geraniums, super fragrant foliage that never in a million years would I have thought the deer would go near it. But they climbed up onto my back deck, ate every single flower off every single one of them. That was surprising. So I'm very grateful to find anything with flowers on it that the deer don't eat. Have a look at this gorgeous petunia. It is just incredible. Hot pink, deer don't eat it. Lavenders, the deer don't eat that. Verbena bonariensis, deer don't eat that either. But I want to tell you, this week I've been watching all these little tiny finches all over the Verbena bonariensis eating the seeds. That's pretty adorable. I don't mind that at all. Continuing in the kind of strappy, grassy looking plants, this beautiful cordyline doesn't get touched by deer. And the lomandras, oh my goodness, lomandra family, they look grassy. Technically they're not a grass, they're a perennial, but they sure look like a grass. Give that grassy look. Deer do not touch any one of them. I've got a couple of different varieties here I was basically trialing. The shorter one is called Shorty. The taller one is called Breeze. I'm going to do some Platinum Beauty in another spot, but I'll show you that one later. Deer, stay away from them. They walk right through them. It is absolutely fantastic. I was just going to share this with you. This is a Pittosporum. It's Marjorie Channon. Love it dearly. I had this great idea of how they could all look, but the deer love it too, so they pruned it very strangely. They don't want to hop up on the wall for some strange reason, but they just walk right past here, prune it in this odd way. And so yeah, Pittosporums are not deer resistant. Here's another one of the rock roses that is really fabulous. It's the regular purpurea variety. I have had to prune it up myself because just so we could still have access to the trailer, but the deer stay away from it. But let me show you the one I really want to show you. This is Callistemon Cain's hybrid. I absolutely love this plant, and it's completely deer resistant, like all of the bottle brushes. Deer stay away from it. Blooms like crazy late in the year, and the bees really like it. It's also completely deer resistant, drought resistant as well as deer resistant. So there's a lot to be said for it. So if you're going for a shrub in a deer-prone area, stay away from the Pittosporums, go more towards the bottle brushes, callistemons, because the deer really do not touch them. Here's another plant that really you should probably not plant if you're in a deer-prone area. It is a passion vine. This particular variety is Coral Seas, and as you can see, any of it that is not reached by deer, incredibly lush, incredibly beautiful. I can't find any blooms to show you, but it's amazing. But look what happens anywhere that the deer, particularly the babies, can eat. It is leafless practically. It's all stems and a few little sorry looking leaves. So yeah, it's not a great plant for a deer prone area. So I'm in my deer protected section of my garden, which is full of roses and fruit trees and all kinds of things. So deer fencing is really pretty vital if you're trying to grow fruit trees and roses. But there are other ways that you can protect your fruit trees too, like hanging a really strong scented deodorant soap is said to be really good, but you do have to replace them. There's a lot of good sprays out there too that do work, but again, you've got to stay on top of it. You got to get out there after every heavy fog. You have to get out there every time it's rained to make sure that the deer don't come along and just demolish your poor rose bushes or fruit trees or all those other deer susceptible plants. So to me, I lived in this property maybe 10 years, struggled, fought, did all kinds of things before I just succumbed, got the deer fencing up, and it's great. It's absolutely great. I have so much fruit that I can barely know what to do with it, but every now and again I forget to shut a gate and a deer gets in, and the amount of damage that it can do in a half a day is absolutely astonishing. But that's okay. Every now and again is absolutely all right. They can have their little bit of fun, and then I just learn I need to shut the gate every single time. So yeah, fencing if you can, sprays, deodorant soaps. There is this great remedy that you can make yourself using a bunch of eggs and spreader sticker and cayenne pepper and all kinds of other things. Run it through a blender, spray everything. But if you've got 6 apple trees like me and 4 pears and a bunch of plums, that is so not going to happen. Fencing really, really worked for me. Over here, I just want to show you something. Some of my plants that are planted on the inside of the deer fencing have poked right through. They're here in full sight and they're not touched by the deer. That is because it's euphorbia. Gophers hate it, deer hate it. It's got this caustic sap. I know we've talked about it before, but it's fabulous. You get this lush look and the deer don't touch it. This particular one is Euphorbia Black Pearl. Really like it. The flowers are in January, February, bright chartreuse with a little black eye. Very, very pretty. But yeah, it can grow outside the fence and the deer do not touch it. That nice lilac, the white one that I planted in the spring, I thought I would risk it because I had heard that lilacs are relatively deer resistant. Well, they're not. It got demolished. It's outside my deer fencing. I really thought the deer didn't come over here, but I was completely wrong. I may dig it up in the winter and move it inside the deer fencing along with all the others. So there you go, lesson learned. All right, one of my top favorite deer resistant plants is this gorgeous Carex Featherfalls. This is the one I've had at home for, I planted it maybe 2 years ago. You can really see its full growth, so much movement, color in the leaves, and you can see why the deer won't eat it. It's kind of got this little scrapey, scratchy feel to it, like the Carexes have. Carex has edges. It's a sedge. And it's just so beautiful. Adds a really great touch of brightness to shady areas. Does best in shade around here in zone 9B. Afternoon shade, regular water, regular to light. And it is just gorgeous. And the deer don't eat it. So yeah, this is outside of my deer fencing. Here's another euphorbia. It self-seeded itself right here. I love how it looks. This one is probably euphorbia. Wolfeni. I'll know better once it flowers. It may be another black pearl, I don't know, but I figured I'd stop here and talk about succulents for a second. Most succulents, most cacti are deer resistant. Again, though, when the deer are super thirsty like they will be in September, they may nibble on your succulents for a water source. And right now there's a lot of babies around too, so they may go ahead and test it. I've had great success with my mangaves, great success with the little delosperma that's growing around it. And there's also a graptocedum in there. The deer haven't touched them. They don't tend to eat the aloes, not even the flowers, and they don't tend to eat the agaves. They have eaten some echeverias that I've got growing, which is a little disappointing because it's really ugly if you get like a chomp out of one of those big, beautiful leaves. So the world of succulents. Many of them are somewhat deer resistant, but proceed with caution. In here I've got some aloes, I've got some cotyledons, and I've got some crassulas. Now they will nibble on the crassula, at least the flower part. There's also some aeoniums down there. They don't eat aeoniums. They never seem to. I'll cross my fingers and hope that remains true. But yeah, the aloes, cotyledons, totally safe. I don't know if you've ever grown Jack Frost Brunnera before. It's a perennial forget-me-not that is absolutely amazing. Gorgeous plant. This one is even prettier. This is Brunnera Queen of Hearts. And as you can see, it's got huge heart-shaped leaves with just the most beautiful coloration, very frosty silver, green outlines, green veining. But the best thing about it, in the springtime, these really pretty little forget-me-not flowers, that gorgeous classic blue, really lovely. And the deer don't eat the flowers and the deer don't eat the foliage. It's an easy one to grow, gets about 14, 16 inches high without the blooms on it. So it just spreads out to about 2 feet. And the little sprays of blooms come up to about 2 feet tall. Love this one. Queen of Hearts. It's a proven winner's introduction. Can't say enough good things about it. Absolutely amazing, and the deer avoid it. Before we head out into the sunshine and I show you some sun-loving deer-resistant plants, I just have to share this one with you. This is a Japanese anemone. All of the Japanese anemones are deer-resistant, and they bloom late, right when the baby deer are out there testing everything, but they do not test this one. This particular anemone is curtain call deep rose, And it's a gorgeous color. There's almost a hint of purple to it, but it's got the classic shape, classic yellow center, and it's a compact variety. So you're looking for flowers in your shady area in September. This is an absolutely amazing choice. So when I talk about shade, this reminds me, when I talk about shade, morning sun, totally fine. But the shade lovers I'm mentioning today, everybody wants to be shaded in the afternoon. Get them out of that harsh sun that happens every afternoon around here in zone 9B and in hotter zones. And these plants will be so, so happy. Anemone, curtain call, deep rose. Gets about 18 inches tall with the blooms on. The flowers up above the foliage, cute as can be. Again, another plant for naturalizing in a woodland. You're going to be so happy. So the salvias, most of the salvias, if not all of them, are deer resistant. Now they love full sun. They want as much sun as you can give them, at least most of them do. The one I'm going to share with you right now definitely does. This one here is Salvia eleganosa, bog sage, and it gets really big. Bees love it, but deer don't. It's so great. That fragrant foliage keeps the deer away. Those beautiful flowers attract the bees. It is, even though it's called bog sage, it actually is relatively drought tolerant. So yeah, plant this for a whole bunch of lush greenery and gorgeous flowers, and the deer stay away. All right, as usual, I'm having trouble limiting my numbers, so I'm going to sneak a couple extras in here when we're talking about germanders. Now, germander is deer resistant. The foliage is fragrant. It's an herb, technically, and there's 3 of them here I'm going to talk about. This is Teucrium camadris. Teucrium is a botanical name for germander. It has these gorgeous purple flowers, fragrant foliage. Deer don't like it. This one here is Summer Sunshine, Teucrium Summer Sunshine, named because the foliage is kind of bright chartreuse, again with the little purple flowers, the little spikes. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely deer resistant. But my favorite of all of them is this one, Teucrium majoricum. It's got silvery foliage, again with the fragrance, which I really like. Little purple flowers in a different form and shape than the other ones. Bees adore it, but again, the deer stay away. This makes a great ground cover, great front of the border for sunshine, really loves the sun. So you're going to need 6 to 8 hours of good sun. Excellent drainage is really important for this one because it's not only deer resistant, it's also drought tolerant. And it brings the bees. Lots to love about Teucrium majoricum. Great deer resistant plant. You're going to love it. So there you have it, everybody. I hope this video was helpful. Now, I know everybody doesn't have to deal with deer, but I tell you, here in Petaluma countryside, we all deal with deer. Downtown Petaluma deals with deer. Marin deals with deer. Sonoma. They're all over the place, and they are so beautiful. They really are beautiful. The babies are adorable. But us gardeners also want to have plants that we love. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you were able to go away with a couple of new plants to add to your deer-resistant repertoire. And yeah, come on in and visit me at Cottage Gardens. You can pick up a lot of the plants that I mention at Cottage Gardens because we all have deer around here. They even visit Cottage. But apart from anything else, it's a fun place to visit. If you have anything extra you'd like to comment on, if you have any tricks that I haven't mentioned already that work for you in your garden, please let me know about them. Drop me a comment. I'd love to know. And yeah, just let me know how you're doing. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, email me with questions if you feel like it. Best of all though, drop by and visit Cottage anytime. I'd love to see you. Happy gardening, everyone. Have a wonderful week.